Hello and welcome to Middle Eastern Thursday. So today, guys, it is all about my sharing with you some fragrances that have really not worked out for me. I have a total of 11 fragrances, and I think that out of the 11, there's 3 that I may still be on the fence about, but the others, oh, they are an absolute no. I have not been looking forward to this video because this is the first time that I do this on the channel, and I really don't like to bring you anything negative, right? And I really don't like to talk about someone's creation in a negative way. But today I am going to tell you about these 11 fragrances. So we'll start with that, and then towards the end of the video, I will also be sharing with you several fragrances. I think there are about 6 that I do highly recommend, and that they could replace some of the fragrances that did not work well for me. At least that's what I've been doing with them. But before we jump right in, if this is your first time here, I'm Arahi. And I'm your fragrance concierge because I am totally committed to creating the best fragrance experience for you. I upload videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays, and sometimes you even get a bonus video for the week. If that sounds like the type of content that you're interested in and like a good plan, then please consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget, leave a comment. Let's go. So before we get started, just wanted to share a couple of things. So first of all, I think there will be an additional bonus video tomorrow, Friday. I'll either publish it tomorrow, Friday at 3 p.m. or Saturday at around 9 a.m. This is a video of a haul of Middle Eastern fragrances. I actually have 7 Middle Eastern fragrances that are 2024 releases and that I have been waiting to share with you, and they are brand new releases. So I want to make sure that I get it out to you and that we start discussing these fragrances, before they sell out, because it just seems like everything is selling out recently. So that video will definitely be on either tomorrow, Friday at 3 p.m. or Saturday morning at 9 a.m. It really depends on how my work schedule, shifts and everything that happens in my personal life. The other thing that I wanted to say, guys, is that as I discuss these fragrances with you and give you my honest opinion about each, please, if you love any of these fragrances, do not take it personal. Please do not be offended. That is not my intent. I just really feel that I do need to share with you what fragrances have not worked for me and why. So that is why I'm doing this today. But if you love any of these fragrances, that is very valid because we all have different noses and we all experience fragrances in a different way depending on our skin chemistry. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so the first 3 fragrances that I am going to share with you are fragrances that I am still on the fence about them. But if I'm honest with you, I'm really more towards decluttering them than keeping them. So it's like a weird type of fence that I'm still on. It's almost like I really don't want to let them go. And I think that when I share them with you, you'll understand why. So I will be sharing all of the 11 fragrances in no particular order except for these 3, and I'm just sharing the fact that I'm on the fence about them, but they're not in any particular order around that. So the first one that I want to share with you is from RASASI, and it is Fame. Now guys, this is a fragrance that I did not even haul on the channel because when I first received it, as I always do, I sprayed it and then I let it sit for about a month, and I tried it again on skin and I did not like it at all. It was an immediate oh no. Then I let it sit for another month, and this is a 2024 release, and this is part of the 13 fragrances that RASASI so kindly sent me. They are all feminine fragrances, but I can tell you that this one to me is quite unisex. So these fragrances have been with me for over 2 months, if not longer. Now this one has definitely, because I do put a date on them when I let a fragrance sit so that I know, because I have so many fragrances and so many reviews going on. But with this one, I did let it sit for over 2 months, and I can tell you that it's still a no. In this fragrance, we have saffron, leather, cedarwood, patchouli, vetiver, ambergris, and vanilla. And I'm going to tell you right now that I really don't pick up on the vanilla at all. I do pick up on the leather, and the leather has not been done smoothly. I mean, it's still a very like rough type of blend. I just feel like there's an issue with the blend of this fragrance, but it may very well be that this is one of those Middle Eastern fragrances that needs to sit for over 6 months. So, you know, I don't know, guys. I am on the fence. I know I should let it sit a bit longer, but I really don't have space to just be letting a fragrance sit and sit and sit forever. And I never even shared this fragrance with you because, like I told you, I just didn't like it from the beginning. There was just something that is not agreeing with me at all. And I've told you this before, and I'm going to repeat it again. I'm one of those people that once I sniff a fragrance and it does not settle well with me, it's very rare that I change my mind. You know, it's a thing around, like, sometimes I will smell a fragrance, you know, when I first pick it up, and I don't immediately like it or fall in love with it, but I can recognize that this just really smells like it needs to sit for a while. Whether it's a Middle Eastern fragrance, whether it's a Western niche fragrance, you know, I just allow them to settle, right? And with Middle Eastern fragrances, I do allow them to macerate. But I have to tell you, with this one, guys, you know, it's just been even difficult for me to spray it on my skin, to test it every time, you know, a couple of weeks go by, because I just really do not like this fragrance. And I am so sorry to be that blunt, but I just really don't like it. So I'm still on the fence because I think I am going to give it another month to see if anything changes. But I don't know, guys. I really have the feeling that next time we have this conversation, I'll tell you that I did declutter it. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so when I share this next fragrance, I am sure there's a group of fam members that are going to have a problem with this, okay? And I am speaking about Super Crush. Now, guys, this fragrance is supposed to be inspired by Mancera's Instant Crush. An Instant Crush is a fragrance that is rather lovely. And, you know, I've never picked it up, but I did have a decant of it. I just didn't feel the need to pick up an entire bottle of it. I don't know if you remember when I shared it on the channel, because I did haul it with you. You know, it's not that I did not like it, but it's not that I liked it, right? I didn't like it or dislike it. It was like I was on the fence from first impression, right? Well, nothing has really changed. I'm still on the fence, but with this one, it's not about the scent of the fragrance. It's not about how it makes me feel. I can clearly pick up on the notes. It is a lovely fragrance, but it does nothing for me. It's like I never wake up and feel like I need to pull Super Crush and wear it on its own or layer it. It's just, you know, it's just a fragrance that is getting no traction in my collection. And I have a very, very large collection of fragrances. So I don't just want to have a bottle just sitting there picking up dust. So I am still on the fence about it. I'm going to try and wear it for another full day test and see if anything changes. But as of right now, I seriously doubt it. I'm telling you, I am more on the about to declutter this fragrance than I'm about to keep this fragrance. Okay, guys, so this next fragrance, I just know that when I share with you, you're not going to believe that I really just am not feeling this fragrance at all, because I am not, okay? And I'm so sorry to do this because I absolutely love the bottle. I love the design of the bottle. I love, you know, it's just a very beautiful fragrance. And I had such high hopes for it because I had heard that it was inspired by Mancera's Coco Vanille. And I also heard that it may have been inspired by Juliette Has a Gun, Lust for Sun. Now, I own both of those fragrances, and I'm going to tell you right now that the African Drummer does not at all come across to me as being inspired by any of those two fragrances. As a matter of fact, guys, I cannot tell you how much I've been disliking this fragrance. It has even amazed me because I don't even want to tell you what it smells like to me, because I refuse to be that person, right? So this is a fragrance that has quite a bit of ambroxan, and I pick it up clearly. It has quite a bit of ambroxan. I'm not sensitive to ambroxan. Ambroxan does not give me a headache, but you know, it does have it, and I just want to make sure that you know that in case you haven't tried this fragrance. There's many people that love this fragrance, and I respect your opinion, but I am going to tell you that this is a fragrance that, guys, I can't even really test it on skin much because I really dislike the scent that much. This is supposed to have some orange blossom, which is a note that I absolutely love. It's supposed to have some coconut and vanilla, and people are always talking about the fluffy coconut that they pick up on this fragrance, and I'm like, but where is it? Because I too want to try. I too want to get the fluffy coconut, but I'm telling you, I don't get. Ooh, no, I don't. Oh no, I don't get fluffy coconut at all. But I'm so bummed because look at this bottle. I just absolutely love this bottle. I wanted this to be like a love of mine because I was ready to pick up a backup bottle just because of how beautiful it is. But this fragrance, no, I seriously doubt that there will be a turnaround in how I feel about this fragrance. But I'm willing to give it one more month because, you know, this one has not been in my collection for months and months. I think it's been like about 2 months maybe that it's been with me, and I did haul it with you. I was iffy during the haul, if you recall. It wasn't an immediate dislike, but once I started testing it on skin, oh my goodness, it was an immediate dislike, which is why I've never been able to circle back and give you a positive review. So I just wanted to come back today and share it with you and let you know how I'm feeling about this fragrance because, yeah, I just never expected this. Okay, so this next fragrance, guys, if you've been with me for a while, this may not be a surprise because when I hauled this fragrance with you, I don't know if you remember my reaction, but I just could not hide how unpleasant it was for me. And I have allowed it to sit for quite a while. And I just really don't think that this is going to work for me at all. As a matter of fact, I just know it's a no for me, like an absolute no, because it's not even about the blend or that I'm not picking up on certain notes, which would allow me to believe that maybe it just needs to macerate longer. No. I'm picking up the notes. I'm just not liking what I'm picking up from the notes. So let's talk about LATTAFA's MAYAR Natural Intense. Now, I know there's a whole group of people. There's almost like a cult following for this fragrance. Some people absolutely love it. They get the melon, they get the coconut water, they get everything, and they think it's beautiful and perfect for the summer. And I am here to tell you that for me, I do pick up on all those notes, but all the notes to me smell so like fake, like synthetic, like plasticky, like I just can't even sniff this fragrance because that's how much I do not like this scent at all. It doesn't sit well with me. Sometimes I feel like I'm about to get sick when I actually have applied it on skin, so I've had to scrub it off. So I'm just going to stop right there because there's no need to continue down that path, but this is an absolute no. So this next fragrance is a fragrance that I received in PR months ago, and I did haul it here on the channel with you. And at the time, I know that my reaction was not a good reaction during the first impression of that haul. And nothing has changed, guys. Actually, as a matter of fact, I have been unsuccessful at training my nose in the note that is creating all the issues for me. And I'm speaking about PERLA NERA, and this is MAYZOON. I hope that I'm pronouncing it correctly. So let me tell you, so this fragrance has a very, very strong and extremely dominant note of a spice which is very loved and regarded in the Middle East and in Mediterranean cooking, which is called mastica, I believe, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm probably not. I apologize. But that spice is very, very dominant in this fragrance. Other than that, this fragrance has notes of like oud and some citrus notes and sugar. All the other notes are notes that I am picking up on, but they're like very faint. They're in the background because that spice, that mastica, is like front and center and commanding and directing and is the star, and that's it, right? So this fragrance, it's not a matter of macerating. It's a matter of my training my nose to be able to not just tolerate, but actually to be able to enjoy that note of mastica, of that spice, right? But I have tried to train my nose and I have been completely unsuccessful at it. I am so sorry, because I just cannot. And I think that what makes it even harder in this fragrance for me is that not only do you have that spice, which is very, very intense, guys, and very strong, you can't miss it, but the fragrance also has oud. So those two together are just playing a number on me, because I just cannot train my nose on this at all whatsoever. It is really a fragrance that I can't even like wear an entire day. I have tried several times. The second time when I said I am going to get through this day wearing this fragrance because I need to see what happens all throughout. Well, no, I was only able to make it up to 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours. And this is a beast mode fragrance, by the way. So I am going to definitely declutter this one. Let's talk about Al Rehab French Coffee. Now, you guys remember, guys, I hauled this fragrance here on the channel, and I am sure you all remember my reaction. I told you that it was a bit too much coffee for me, that it smelled like if I was a barista at Starbucks and I had just finished my shift and I'm still smelling like coffee, because coffee is pretty intense. So let me tell you why this fragrance was such a surprise and disappointment for me. So this is a fragrance that's supposed to have, per the fragrance note structure, it's supposed to have cinnamon, vanilla, caramel, coffee, milk. Okay, just those notes. I know there's other notes, but let's just talk about those notes, because those are the notes that led me to pick up this fragrance. So I thought that with all those notes, I was going to get like a kind of like caramel macchiato type of quality, at the dry down. And I would have even tolerated having this coffee all throughout the olfactory journey, but then at the dry down, getting some sort of like caramel macchiato or some sort of, I don't know, gourmet coffee of some sort. What I get in this fragrance, guys, is black coffee. Period. That's what I get. On my skin, all I get is a very linear fragrance that is all about when you make a strong, just like I like it, a very strong, dark roast black coffee, and you don't put any sugar, you don't put any cream, you don't put anything in it, and that smell, that is what this is, and then some, because this is a powerhouse. This is truly a powerhouse. So if you are a coffee lover, this is your fragrance. If you are one of those people like me that you do enjoy a coffee fragrance, but you want it to have certain twist to it, this is not for you, because this is pure black coffee. Yeah, that's really what it is. So I'm sorry, this is not going to work for me. Lovely fragrance, it just does not work for me. So this will also be leaving my collection. Okay, so this next fragrance, I think I may be a bit more safe than some of the ones that I've shared with you before, because I haven't had a lot of fam members, ask me questions about this one. I did haul it here on the channel. I did not have a good first impression of it, because the same question that I'm going to ask now is the question that I asked at the time. I said, where is the cotton candy? And I am speaking about this musk cotton candy fragrance from Ardell ZAAFARAN, and it's part of the Ithra collection. And there's 4 different fragrances, 4 musk-based fragrances. These are truly summer fragrances, and I am enjoying the other 3, but this one, no, this one has to leave my collection, because I just don't understand what happened with this one. First of all, guys, where is the cotton candy? Okay, this fragrance is not even, this fragrance is not even sweet. It's not even a sweet fragrance. So how is this cotton candy? But then let me share the notes with you. So the notes are geranium, mandarin, bergamot, jasmine, violet leaves, and woody notes. And I do pick up on a couple of those notes, but that's about it, because this is also very weak. I'm telling you, there was a problem with the blend of this fragrance, and I don't think it's my skin. I really believe that there's a problem with the blend of this fragrance. Now, the other fragrances that are a part of my collection, I've allowed them to sit just like I allowed this one to sit, and I've had no issues with them, and I've been able to wear them. But this one, it's not even that it's bad or anything like that. It's not that the scent is not, well, I really don't even like the scent, but it's not that it's a scent that, is like bad or doesn't smell right or something like that. No, it's just that I just don't even know what this is. Like, it does nothing for me. And at that, by the way, it's so linear. Like, what I'm getting at first spray is what I'm getting all throughout the wear of the fragrance. And, it's just, I just really don't need this. I do have a lot of musk fragrances, and I have one that I will be recommending for you towards the end of the video when I recommend other fragrances. But this one, oh no, this is an absolute no, and this will be leaving my collection. But I am curious if any of you picked up this fragrance. Can you please let us know your opinion? I would love to hear someone say that they love this fragrance, that it's just me because they love it. I would love to hear that, because anyway, I'm moving on. All right, guys. So this next fragrance, let me just start by apologizing, because I know there's people that love this fragrance. This is a fragrance that I also hauled here on the channel. I asked you for time to come back with a review. I think I gave you a review. The review was not a stellar one, because it's never been a stellar fragrance. This fragrance does not, it's not that the scent is one that I completely dislike. It's just that I don't want to smell like this, and I'm going to tell you more about it in a minute. But I am speaking about AFNAN Rare, and this one is Rare Passion. And I had shared with you when I first shared this fragrance that I really do enjoy Rare Tiffany. And I still have Rare Tiffany in my collection, and I really, really do love that fragrance. But this one, no. So what happened was, immediately after that first impression, I allowed it to sit, and then I started testing it. And during testing, it did perform well, and it did smell kind of nice. But then I pulled it one day to actually try to layer it with another fragrance. And I applied this one first, because I believe that this one was the most intense of the two. And when I applied it on my skin, when that mist hit the air, guys, I just disliked the scent of the fragrance so much, I could not even try and layer it with another one. I had to go scrub it off. So I allowed that day to pass. I told myself, you know what, Arahi, you're probably having a day. Maybe you're just in a mood today. I always do that to myself. Like, maybe it's me, right? So I pulled it the following week. I allowed some days to pass so that I could forget how unpleasant, how I did not like the scent at all. And I tried it again the following week, and the same thing happened. And I have tried it several times, because I just don't understand what happened. And let me tell you what it is. As I said in the opening, this is a fragrance that does not have a foul smell, and the scent is not bad. It just smells like something that I really don't want to smell like that. So this to me, and I apologize, guys, I'm just being honest. This to me smells like a cleaning product. Have you guys ever used Fabuloso? Fabuloso, not fabulous. No, the name of the product is Fabuloso. And within the Fabuloso line of like mopping liquid, because it's like a mopping liquid, right? Within that line, there is a specific one that as soon as I spray this fragrance, it reminds me of. Like, it's an immediate trigger, okay? And that one is called Spring in Bloom. That is what this smells like to me. So this fragrance is supposed to have rose and orange blossom and vanilla and musk. And there's other notes, but those are the notes that I pick up primarily. But it's interesting because I'm telling you, what I get is the almost exact same smell that my nose picks up if I use that specific Fabuloso product. I'm going to stop right there. This is definitely leaving my collection. I am so glad this is almost over. I'm so glad. I'm glad. All right, guys. This is the last fragrance, and I am so glad, thank goodness, that this is the last fragrance, okay? And after this fragrance, I will share with you several fragrances that I highly recommend to take the place of some of these fragrances, if not all. But let's talk about LATTAFA BADEE Al Oud Sublime. Yes, I'm giving you all time to gather yourselves, because I'm pretty sure if I were sitting there with you, I could hear the rumbling. I understand. I really understand. Let me just start by saying, guys, that I am pretty sure that it's my skin. Okay, I am pretty sure that this is an incredibly beautiful fragrance that deserves all of the hype that it has received and all of the love and all of the raving reviews. I'm pretty sure that it deserves it. Okay, I'm pretty sure that it's my skin. Okay, but let me tell you what this smells like on my skin. Without a shadow of a doubt, I am telling you, this smells like bug spray. Like, honestly, guys, it's not something that I am happy about, because I wanted to really love this fragrance, because the white one, the Honor and Glory one, is a fragrance that I absolutely love. But this one, oh no. So let me continue by saying that this is supposed to be inspired by Kayali's Eden Apple fragrance, right? And I don't get that at all, because I do get all of the notes of this fragrance, and the fruits to me all smell so synthetic. They don't smell like true, like a very natural type of, like, no, I just, there is nothing in the olfactory journey on my skin with this fragrance that is enjoyable to me at all whatsoever. I don't want to continue talking about this fragrance, because I know that many people love it, and I don't just want to continue, giving you negative thoughts about this fragrance. It's just me. It's my skin, guys. Not all fragrances work for everybody. So I am moving on. This one will definitely be leaving my collection, though. Oh, guys, I am so glad that that part of the video is over. That was not enjoyable for me at all. I can assure you that I will be doing that again maybe in 6 months, if not more, because I just really do not enjoy doing that at all. But I do enjoy what we're going to do next, because I want to give you some alternatives, right? So in case you're wondering, okay, so then what, Arahi, right? None of these fragrances should come as a surprise to you, because these are all fragrances that I have talked about here on the channel multiple times, and that I highly recommend, and that I absolutely love. And so the first one is from EMARATI, and it is REMAS. And I'm sure you're all like rolling your eyes, because this is one that I discuss here quite a bit. This is a beautiful mango fragrance. Now, on the same token, I will tell you that AHAYEB Dubai Portrait is also one that I highly, highly recommend. I just didn't pull it today because I just talked about it in a recent video. So oh my goodness, I just wanted to bring REMAS. But REMAS, AHAYEB Dubai Portrait, even Tropical Kiss. But of the ones that I really, really prefer, I would say AHAYEB Dubai Portrait and definitely REMAS. Now, if you're looking for a fruity fragrance that is perfect for the summer and has an aquatic and ozonic quality to it, and has all the fruits in the universe, and the blend has been done exquisitely, I'm speaking about LATTAFA Tamima. This is a fragrance that, guys, you just can't go wrong with this one. And this fragrance has been done so exquisitely that it's one that you can dress down, you can dress it up, you can use it for any occasion, day or night. And it is, in my opinion, it is a unisex fragrance that does lean a tad to the feminine side. And by the way, REMAS to me is definitely a unisex fragrance. So the next fragrance that I want to recommend, if you're looking for a rose fragrance, something that I really believe is exquisite, well, I highly recommend LATTAFA Mora. And I'm sure that does not come as a surprise because you guys know how strongly I feel about Mora, whether it's this one or its sibling. But when it comes to rose, definitely this one. Absolutely exquisite, beautiful fragrance that you cannot go wrong with if you're looking for a beautiful rose fragrance that won't break the bank. Because you guys know that my top recommendation for rose fragrance still is Ahmed Al-Maghribi and its Bidum Esam. But if you're looking for something more affordable, then this one will not disappoint, believe me. So if you're looking for a fragrance that has also that aquatic quality to it, but is centered around coconut and it has a bit of spiciness, it is a coconut that has been done exquisitely. It is creamy. It is just how the coconut should be. And I'm speaking about Assad Zanzibar. That is not, something that, of course, I'm pretty sure you saw it coming when I talked about coconut and creamy. This is a fragrance, guys, that, oh my goodness, I just can't get enough of this one. This one is just perfection for this very hot weather that we're in right now. And that coconut has been done exquisitely. So if you, like me, are disappointed by the coconut fragrances that I discussed today, well, then Assad Zanzibar is one that I totally recommend. Now, if you're looking for a fragrance that has the note of iris as a centric note to replace a couple of the fragrances that we've discussed today did have the note of iris, I think that this fragrance is one of the best iris-centric Middle Eastern fragrances that I've picked up recently. And I'm speaking about L'Adventure Iris. I have a dedicated review for this entire collection here on the channel if you're interested in hearing more details about this one, but you just can't go wrong with Iris. Oh my goodness. This is just absolute perfection. It is beautiful. And I have to tell you, this was launched more towards like the spring and summer seasons, but this is one that I will be wearing all throughout the year because it has been done beautifully. Please let me know if any of you picked up this fragrance and what your thoughts are. All right, so when it comes to musk fragrances, I really believe that musk fragrances are not very easy. It's not like a musk fragrance is always going to be a winner because musk fragrances can be a bit animalic and sometimes they're too weak. But this one that I'm going to talk to you about right now is one that I just discussed on the channel. And I just thought I needed to bring it to your attention again if you're into musk fragrances. And I'm speaking about Eternal Musk. This fragrance, oh my goodness, this is musk heaven. Absolute musk heaven. If you are into musk fragrances, you have to get your nose on this one. And if you've already picked it up, can you please let us know in the comment section your thoughts about this one? Right, so the last fragrance that I want to share with you is one, let's call it the roundup, right? Like one that will address just about anything that you're looking for if you were disappointed like me in one or multiple of the fragrances that I discussed today. And this one is Atlantis Coral from ASDAAF. This fragrance, oh my goodness, this fragrance is such an incredibly beautiful fragrance. And I don't know about you, but I pick up Orange Blossom in this fragrance and it's almost bordering on being like the center note. But I tell you, this is a fragrance that you cannot go wrong with. This is like the season fragrance. And I know that the other one, the one that comes in the blue bottle, is also incredible because it is. But this one, there's just something about this one, guys, that is just unbelievably beautiful. And this one was inspired by Tiziana Terenzi's Poggia, which is a fragrance that is quite pricey. It's like, it was $700 when it was launched. And now I think you can find it for maybe $400. But I had a decant of that fragrance because I am not paying that kind of money unless I try it. And now I'm just very happy with this one, to be perfectly honest with you. Let me know if you've gotten your nose on this one and your thoughts. And I highly recommend this fragrance. All right, guys. So we have reached the end of today's video and I am just like, oh, breathing easy now because it is over. I was able to share with you fragrances that have not worked out for me in the past several months. And I have also been able to give you several recommendations of fragrances that I believe are stellar, whether it's in performance, in the way that they smell, the way that they make you feel, in their being a good fit for the summer season. These fragrances that I just shared with you are really fragrances that if you haven't, you should really get your nose on. But anyway, guys, as always, thank you so much for hanging with me today. Again, I apologize for having to speak in a negative way about any of these fragrances. I really do not enjoy that, but I had to do that with you guys. And I also wanted to extend a welcome to all of our new Fragrance Lovin' family members, and to the rest of you and all of you. Thank you so much for hanging with me today, and I will see you in the next video.